Hey everybody, I'm Directionally Challenged. Welcome to my review of Code Vein. Yeah, I'm doing things a little different. I'm doing a little green screen action. Gonna see how this works. If it's good for you guys, let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the stuffs. Anyways, yes, I know this game is almost 2 years old now. Yes, I know I just beat the game last week, okay? I get it. I'm a little slow. I was doing other things. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been doing those other things. But you know what? I liked it. I enjoyed it. I brought you guys some great indie content. Let's talk about anime Dark Souls. So, Code Vein. As you guys know, I like to break my stuff down into base components. We're talking audio, visual, gameplay, and story. Those are the four components that I break things down into. Because most things I find can fall within those four categories. We'll talk sound design, music, things like that. I really think, in general, I don't know what to say about the sound design of the game. It's really well done. I like the sounds that they do. I like how everything sounds. I like how everything sounds like, it hits flesh or kind of hits metal. Like, those sounds are pretty good. I also like the other parts of the sounds is I like the voice acting. The voice acting is actually really well done, and I really appreciate it. Like, there's nothing I can really say negative about the voice acting. I think there might be like one or two characters that were kind of laughable, but other than that, it was really solid. And as for the music, end of the video, of my last video, the credits rolled, and the music, touch loud. A touch loud. It was very loud. It blew out my ears. So that was one negative point about that. But the music itself was really, really good. Like, all of the music, all of the sounds were really good. It's just the levels were a little high. And that would be fine if I was listening to it through my speakers, but I had it in my head. It was in my headphones, killing me, okay? Really loud. Sorry, I'm checking over my recording to make sure it's fine. Yeah, so good. I don't have much else to say in the audio. You also might know, if you've seen these reviews before, that my reviews aren't necessarily long, because I like to get to the nitty-gritty, I like to get through it, I like to just get to little spoilers as possible. So let's move on to visuals. How does the game look? Gorgeous. The game looks great, looks gorgeous. I didn't encounter many visual bugs. I didn't really have any moments with glitching in the visuals. I think that it's done in an anime style. I love the anime style. If you don't like anime style, you're not going to like this game flat out, because it is very anime. But speaking of visuals, talking about, like, let's talk character customization. There are a ton of options for customizing your character. There are a ton of things you can do. You can be a boy, you can be a girl, whatever. But all the hairstyles, there's tons of hairstyles, there's tons of hair colors, there's tons of eye choices, there's tons of face choices, there's tons of things you can put on your head, there's things you can wear. Now, the one problem I have is, like, the armor in the game goes over you, and the game doesn't compensate for armor in the visual department. You just move through it, your hand just phases through the armor. And in cutscenes, that doesn't look great, especially at the end of my game. It didn't really fit with the scene, and that happens a lot. So I'm gonna dock it a half a point for the too loud, and I'm gonna dock it half a point for that. But here's the thing: I don't typically do a point system. I don't like doing point systems. I don't believe in point systems. But if I do, I start at 10 and I just dock points. Half a point or a point, depending on how severe it is. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is those are the two problems I had in terms of audio and visual. Now, what about gameplay? Pretty decent. There's a lot of styles you can choose. There's a lot of ways you can fight, and you can choose a dodgy style, you can do a pure aggro style, you can do a range style, you can do a block style, you can do a parry style, whatever. There is a lot of mechanics and a lot of ways to play the game. And I don't mind that. I don't mind the ways, like, all the ways to play the game. But 90% of the time, I found dodge and brute force were pretty much the two most effective methods. Like, if I could just get the timing right, which that's what it was all about, was getting timings right, getting attacks down, learning patterns. And once you did that, you could pretty much dodge anything. And then you just attacked, and you find its weak spots, and boom. But there was tons of other playstyles. There was tons of other options to choose from. I could have chosen a high agility style. I could have chosen. It's like Dark Souls. You know, Dark Souls has a ton of different options you can choose. You can choose from. I just chose giant sword and straight melee because that was the easiest option for me, and that's what I found most. I was most comfortable with. Probably because I love Final Fantasy VII, and it reminds me of Final Fantasy VII. There's tons of combos you can do. There's tons of ways you can, tons of attacks you can do. It's solid. It's very solid. It's a Dark Souls game. You know, you get haze for killing the beasties around. You rest at certain spots. The beasties come back. You level up there. You can teleport back to your main base. All that really decent. I don't think I have much to complain about there. It's very much just a style of get good. You just have to practice. You know, that's all it is. And if you guys didn't know, I did an episode called More Experience Required on Dark Souls, where I played 30 minutes of Dark Souls a day for a week, and I started off not being able to even like get halfway through the first boss on my first day, to by day 7 I was able to get to a third boss, which was the giant dragon, and kill it and get like one of the most powerful swords in the game. Like early on, one of the early on most powerful swords in the game. Yeah. So with just a little bit of practice, I think you can do really good at it. My issue was that I didn't play this game every day, because of the way I set up my recordings. I played like a half hour every couple of days, sometimes a week off or 2 weeks off. So yeah, you're not gonna do great if you do it like that. But it's still solid game. Then we'll go to plot, story, things like that. How's the story? Is the story any good? I'm not gonna spoil anything about the story. I'm just gonna tell you basically you're Vampire Jesus. That's kind of what it is. Your blood is special, and you don't have any memories of who you are. You travel around with a girl, you meet companions, and you try and go through the story. I don't want to give it away if you guys haven't played the game, but I did really enjoy the story, and it turns out that there's multiple endings. So actions have consequences. But yeah, I really liked it. I liked the game a lot. I enjoyed it. I had moments where I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I spent most of my game yelling at Yakumo, but that was because the game can make you feel frustrated, but that's sort of the point. Like, the point of the game is to get over your frustrations, and I understand that this is not a game made for everyone, but I don't think every game needs to be for everyone. I don't really care for Stardew Valley, and I don't think that they should implement a better combat system to make me enjoy it more, you know, or a plot, that sort of thing. I just think that you find the game that you like, that's right for you, and play those games. Yeah, it sucks that, you know, if you can't play Dark Souls because it's too hard, but honestly, you can get good at it. You really can, and it doesn't take much effort, and you can do it casually. I really did prove that. I did not try to improve at the game. I just got better because I learned patterns, and that's it. So yeah, story was really fantastic. I did spend most of my time yelling at Yakumo. You do get multiple companions. Yakumo is one of them, and I just like yelling at him. Also, he was pretty much the strongest companion that I found. He just matched my style, the way I was playing, and I think it's important to find the companion that matches your style. But yeah, that's all I can say about the game. If you guys like Dark Souls-like games, if you like anime, if you like good stories and great music, you'll like this game a lot, and I really think that you should pick it up. But again, if you're not a fan of Dark Souls games, if you're not a fan of difficult games, don't pick it up. That's all I can say. If I gave it a rating, it would be 8.5 to 9 out of 10 if I had to give it a rating. So yeah, if that's what you think, if that's what you're really into, pick it up, check it out. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and I had a blast. I'm kind of sad that it's over. I was actually a little sad that it ended, because I did have a lot of fun with it, and I think I had an ungodly amount of hours in that game. I I really think I had 39 hours. I had 39 hours, and I didn't even do everything the game had to offer. There was still 3 DLC I didn't do. There was still the underground thing that I didn't do. Oh man, there is so much to do. So I can probably get about 50 hours out of this game. And if I can do that, you can do that. That's great. That's a good amount of content. Like, the game, I think, is still up there in the $50, $60 range. So you're pretty much paying for like an hour of gameplay. Like, you pay $1 per hour. And that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all in my book. So yeah, pick it up if you like it. If you don't like that sort of stuff, don't pick it up. Hey, 8.5. There you go. I don't like number systems. I just don't. I just don't like them. My opinion on video game reviews is just tell me the good, tell me the bad, and I'll decide for myself. So I hope you guys decide for yourselves. Decide whether or not you're gonna pick up the game. Don't be afraid to play it. I think it has difficulty settings. You can play it on a lighter difficulty, but don't be afraid to just, you know, spend 30 minutes a day getting past that frustration part of the game and just really do try to just recognize a pattern. I think it's fine. I'll see you later, Navigators. Bye!